Yesterday I shot a video on my changing stations, and after thinking about it, I realized you probably want a lot more detail, especially if you're just starting out. So yeah, just wanted to quickly kind of redo it. So first of all, starting with this table and why I chose it. So we used to have much more casual living room furniture, and when I was cloth diapering my daughter, I started when she was 4 months old, and like I said, we had a completely different living room setup. It was a lot more casual. I just got a changing table at Target. It worked great, and I just put cute bins underneath, which is what a lot of people do. And once we changed our living room furniture, the house just became more, I don't know, kind of formal, if you will, a little more so than it was before. So when I had my son, I wanted something that looked a little nicer just to kind of go with it. And I decided to go with a changing table with drawers. This was a little more expensive than the one at Target. I think I paid $150 to $175, something like that, for the changing table from Target. And also the one from Target, I will say, was a little bit lower than this. So this stands a little bit taller. This one, I want to say I paid like $100 more for. So this was kind of pricey. It was close to maybe $300, a little less actually, but close. But I love it so much more because everything's hidden away. It just looks nicer if you're gonna have it, I think, in your living room or a central location in your home. We have a downstairs guest room, but I didn't want to put it in there because we have guests a lot, very often, and I didn't want it to be inconvenience for them. So I just decided to leave it out in the central, main part of my home, and it's fine for me, even though we entertain here a lot. People don't seem to mind, and it's super convenient. So, I definitely recommend, again, a changing table with drawers. It just looks so much nicer. You don't have to worry about it being super organized all the time because it does get messy and it just doesn't matter. So also I highly recommend, and the table from Target had this as well, which I loved, a place that you can hook your wet bag. You want to have a snapping wet bag. Well, in my opinion, they're the best, the easiest, and you can just latch them on to any kind of bar. Even if this was a bigger knob that stood out, you could hook it on that. So some area to hook your wet bag. We use Monkey Foot Designs wet bags predominantly. They're my favorite. I have used other wet bags, and honestly, a wet bag is a wet bag. It doesn't really matter, but these, in my opinion, are the best. I prefer actually a bigger one. This is their size large, and I think their large is quite small, honestly. So I would go with their extra large if you're trying to decide. Okay, another thing that I've learned along the way is it's nice to have a table. Sometimes your hands are full, you need to sit something down, or you could put a toy here for the baby or anything like that. I just find it super convenient to have a table to put things. Right now I just have disposable wipes and liners for the diapers. I have it set there for babysitters. I have babysitters that come a couple of times a week, and they can just know where everything is and have it easy to reach. Another suggestion is to always have some type of laundry hamper near your changing table. It's rare, but sometimes you do have a leak or a blowout or something like that, and you want to be able to have everything within arm's reach. Also, again, this flip lid trash can is a great idea, especially if you have someone who's going to be using disposable wipes. I even use them if I haven't done my wipes, often enough, which does happen more than I would like it to. So disposable wipes on hand are great, and you want a flip lid trash can so you don't see any of that. Now I'll show you what's inside. Okay, so in the top drawer, I would recommend any kind of divider system that you might want. These are let's see, diaper rash creams that we use. My favorite is CJ's Butter because it's a stick and you don't have to touch this to their bottom. You don't have to touch any of that. So these are my favorite. Obviously they're round, so they roll around. So I just put them in a plastic container to keep them contained, which is great. And I keep my cloth wipes in here. These are Grovia. I highly recommend these. They're kind of spongy when they're wet, but they work great. I really like the Grovia wipes. These are Quilter's nappies. These were my newborn. Oh, let's see. These are actually Quilter's nappies. This is their travel size wipe, which I also love, but these are my favorite for newborns because they're just a lot smaller. So once he got bigger, I went to a normal size wipe. But I still keep them on hand just just to have. And then I always keep a change of clothes in here. Like I said before, you never know when you're going to have a leak of some sort and you need to change their clothes. So I like to have a full change of clothes. And I keep my wet wipes pre-moistened in this Huggies container, and it works really well. Okay, in the second drawer is where we keep our diapers. And I like to have the diapers ready to go. So any diaper that needs a stay dry liner tucked in or anything like that, it's already in there so that anyone can just grab the diaper and change it. I also organize the diapers from easiest to use, which are Velcro, for, again, babysitters, my husband, and then they go to snaps, and just ones that I like the least are like side snapping. You know, not a big fan of side snapping diapers. They're a little harder to use, so I keep those all over here. The brands that we mostly use, our favorite brand I would have to say is probably Bum Genius, because they're just great. They're functional, they're easy to use, they work. I also have a couple of specialty diapers. This is a Celery, so a little more expensive. I absolutely love this diaper though. If you can afford these, go for it. They are very similar to the Bum Genius, but in my opinion a little better made, so definitely love those. But for the most part, we use Bum Genius, and they're wonderful. So in the last drawer, I just keep extras. Extra wet bags, extra liners for the changing pad, extra inserts, extra covers, anything extra that I might need but I don't use very often goes in this drawer. Okay, and it's a bit different than our downstairs one. I wanted something obviously cute for his room and something that he could grow with, because they're not little babies forever, so I wanted something that he could have forever in his room and I wouldn't have to worry about changing it out. So I went with a dresser, just a normal 4-drawer chest, and actually this is 5 drawers, but you know what I mean. And it works great. This is just a typical changing pad. I had a cover made for it by a local seamstress, and it works great. The only thing with this is that they will obviously outgrow this. It doesn't have a roll bar, so you have to be more careful and just make sure that you're always nearby. I even have to be really careful now because my son is rolling a lot. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show you what's in the drawers. With this one also, I use for holding all of his clothes. So I don't even keep the diapers in the drawers like I did downstairs. I actually use a diaper caddy to the side for that. But I'll show you the drawers and then talk a little more about it. So in this top right drawer is where I keep everything for changing his diaper. The rash cream, the wipes. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention this. These are our favorite disposable wipes. They're made by 7th Generation. They're a little expensive, I will say, but in my opinion, they're great. You don't have to worry about chemicals and all of that stuff. Again, diaper liners, all of those things are in this drawer. And then the left drawer is where I keep all of his accessories, his little shoes, socks, even a comb for his hair, and all of that stuff is in this drawer. And then this main drawer is where I keep his everyday outfits, things that, like I said, are everyday. Nothing special, just what he wears day in and day out. It's always in this drawer. The next drawer down is his pajama drawer, and in the final drawer is just kind of an extra drawer, and I just use it for extra things that he doesn't wear as often. For the diaper caddy that I use, I just got this off Etsy. It's just a little, it's made for disposable diapers, but honestly it works great for our cloth setup because I don't need very many diapers up here, just his nighttime diapers. So it works out well. I keep extra inserts to the side. These little tables, honestly, my mom found at a yard sale. They were like $5. I just spray painted them black and to match his room, and I just have a table. And so to hang the wet bag on this dresser, I use a 3M hook, and it is really great. It doesn't damage the wood, and it holds enough weight for, probably this whole bag. It probably honestly wouldn't fall down. Again, a little trash can to the side. And on this side where I have the laundry hamper, I also have these clear hooks. I got these at Bed Bath & Beyond. They are made to just peel on and off. I don't know if you can see that, but I hope so. But anyway, they just stick right on. They don't damage any wood. And the reason these are here is just in case I change him and he happens to be wet, I hang that garment here to dry before it goes into the hamper. So yeah, I think that's all for this station. If you have any questions or comments, please post below, and thank you for watching.